We're in the Federal Capital Territory, but we're going to go now to Lagos of Studios to connect with the Rise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu to give us his thoughts on the Central Bank of Nigeria authorizing those 82 BDCs. All right, Chika, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being so patient and hanging on with us. Welcome, sir. What are your thoughts?
Rotus, good morning. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you.
You know, the old regime in Nigeria was BDC everywhere. And what we had was a situation where each time there was a problem in Nigeria, a governor is being tried, a DG of a parastatal is being tried. You always found one of the witnesses for EFCC will always be a BDC operator. So each time BDC's names were mentioned in the past, it always had to do with things like round-tripping, rate manipulation, trial of politicians, and so on and so forth. And again, because there were several thousands of them, they were also very poorly supervised. In August 2021, I'm trying to give you a little background now, the central bank stopped selling FX to all the BDCs and also stopped processing new BDC licenses. Now, with the coming on stream of the Cardoso administration, Central Bank, they issued new regulatory framework and then instructed BDCs to apply with two-tier structure. The first tier one were those with a minimum capital of 2 billion naira, and then tier two were those with minimum capital of 500 billion naira. So the last date was I think November 2025. We've been waiting for this result. Luckily now it's come out that 82 BDCs have made it, 2 for tier one and 80 for tier two. And even though CBN has also told us that we should go to their website and see the names of these 82 BDCs, and going forward, these are the people, the BDCs that are licensed by Central Bank, and they will do business with Central Bank. So this rationalization, if I may call it like that, comes with a lot of pluses for the system. At least it's easier for the Central Bank now to supervise 82 BDCs than the thousands of them that were existing before. It's easier for them, the BDCs now, to be very structured and fit into the commonplace, the financial system, and perform their role in the financial system as we see. Now, on the biggest issue, remember that the financial has been active in trying to make Nigeria clean up its systems. This licensing of the BDCs happens to be one of those initiatives.
Chika, as far as liquidity, I mean, you know the role that the BDCs play in liquidity management, of course, with based on what was disbursed to them from the CBN and the likes of that. As far as liquidity management, do you think this will help with them playing the role that they're supposed to play going forward?
Rotus, the bigger picture is the FX market and the stability in the FX market. Because if I take a step back and ask myself, what has given Central Bank of Nigeria, as it is now, the confidence to be able to carry out these initiatives is principally because of the fact that there's a lot of stability in the market now. Do recall, Rotus, that there was a time that the arbitrage or the premium between the official and the so-called black market rates was very large, as 100 or even 200. And in that era, old era of BDCs, that's one of the easiest ways to make money. You just get a license, walk into Central Bank of Nigeria, collect your dollar allocation. Immediately, you have 10 million, 20 million naira to play around with just because of holding the license. So what I'm saying in effect is Central Bank is more confident to implement market. The value premium between the official and the black market, so-called, has come very, very low. It's easier for everybody now to get FX, whether it's for school fees or medical and so on and so forth. Do recall in the past, Rotis has said that if you want to eliminate the black market, eliminate the conditions that give rise to black market. And that's what central bank has gone. I believe with the stability in the FX market and the fact that people can meet their needs now from more of the banking system and every other thing, the liquidity in the system has returned. And the disadvantages that may arise from the reduction in the number to 82 licensees may not just be as strong as it should be.
Okay, so Chika, well, you make a great point. So let me throw this to you. With the gap is narrowed, we don't, folks don't really have that much of a reason to patronize the black market because there's almost no difference between the black market and the official rate. So Chika, do we need less BDCs or is 82 enough? Or you think the number would drop? Do they still have a function then? If at this point?
They still have a function because remember the banking system is very structured, usually 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. And the BDCs are usually 24/7, 7 days of the week. And so you may not have the banks to walk in every time to get your needs. And the needs may be low value. So they still serve a purpose. They still serve a purpose.
All right, Chika, I wanted to get your thoughts still on around FX. The FX reserves hitting $45 billion. I think that's a 6-year high. Chika, is that the outcome of reforms? How do you see that? Why do you see that update?
Yeah, I noticed a lot of people have asked me this question. So let me take a step back and explain to the generality of our viewers a little that I think of Nigeria as a family. Every family usually has a savings account to cover emergencies, medical fees, house rent, and so on and so forth. Nigeria has a savings account also, but this time it's not in naira, it's in dollars. This savings account is what we call our external reserves. For years, this savings account kept reducing. So even at the time, it came as low, like for a family that has 2,000 naira in his own savings account, because the balances kept coming down, and it kept Nigeria very worried. But now, for the first time in 6 years, these savings have climbed back to $45 billion. So this is very, very commendable. So somebody will ask you immediately, what has helped the Nigerian reserves grow? The first one we see, Rotus, as I always say that when oil sneezes, Nigerian economy catches cold, is the fact that the oil production has improved. And once that improves, there's more oil means more dollars entering the country. The other thing that happened is Nigerians have sent more money home. We have been talking about the fact that people wash plates and do odd jobs abroad. You can't constrain them in the exchange rate when they bring their money. So the CBN policy of liberalizing the rates helped encourage a lot of our brothers and sisters abroad to bring in more money into Nigeria. So that has helped. But the other major one is the foreign investors brought in more dollars. With the central bank initiatives clearing the backlog of FX in the country, it gave more confidence to foreign investors to come into Nigeria. And they see Nigeria as being acting responsibly more now with the money. And of course, CBN has stopped using a lot of our dollars to defend Naira, and they let the Naira to find its value. So notice, is the amalgamation, the combination of these initiatives that have led to the growth in our reserves. Commendable for the first time to $45 billion. Even though I must add that some of it is still like borrowed money, but at least it's commendable.
Chika, do you think, by the end of the year now, so going into 2026, I know oil prices have still been, I think they've averaged, I think oil prices now have averaged about $63, $64 a barrel. You think the reserves can grow further in 2026? You think we can, I know the Obasanjo's time, I think we hit 60 or so, but you think we can grow further in 2026?
Rotus, do you remember that I used to cry to you that the president should declare a national emergency on oil production when President Tinubu came in? And luckily, I think after how many months he heard us and did that. And I keep saying that push our production volumes to 2 million barrels a day, and a lot of our problems and reserves will be solved. And also, most are aware that a lot of initiatives now that are in play to make sure that is happening. As far as oil production is pushing to 2 billion barrels a day, oil prices are holding at between the $60 $70 range. I believe that we can only have more accretion to our reserves.
Excellent stuff. So we look forward to the reforms continuing to add more resources, and also FPIs. Oh yeah, Chika, you still FPIs versus FDI. There's been an argument that FPIs are just as important as FDI. Chika, let me get your thoughts on that before we go. FPIs are important.
We always say that FPI for our viewers means foreign portfolio investors. They're usually the short-term people, the hot money. And the FDI is the foreign direct investment. There are people who come here to set up companies in the long term. Both are important, very important, Rotus. You will say the foreign direct investments stay longer. But you see, Rotus, you have to survive in the short term to survive, to be alive, to live in the long term. So the FPIs help you to survive the short term while you're building policies to make sure that you get your environment ready to attract foreign direct investments. So both are very important.
Fantastic stuff. Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu joining us live from our Lagos studio. We're swapping positions as we today. Chika, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your insights as always.